I'd like to express our gratitude to each and every one of you for being here. Your presence makes this small, intimate wedding a truly extraordinary experience. Although this gathering, may seem small in comparison to our great Indian weddings, it is undeniably large at heart, as it brings together our dearest friends and family from all over the world to celebrate one thing, and that's love. Today we are here to honor two amazing people who have found love in each another, and guess what, folks? Love doesn't discriminate. It's a force that unites us all, like the Wi-Fi in a coffee shop. And speaking of Wi-Fi, let's all take a moment to appreciate the excellent connection between Samara and Ruth. Applause for that! Their love signal is the strongest and the fastest. So download all your movies now, because I don't see any buffering in this relationship. Let's remember that love knows no boundaries, and tonight we are celebrating the union of two incredible women. As a member of the LGBT community myself, I am deeply moved by the love we are celebrating today. It's a reminder that love is love, and no matter who you are or who you love. Let's give it up for Samara and Ruth and their love story that has more chemistry than a periodic table.
Ruth and Samara, Craig and Michelle, our families and our friends. Those who know us well will not be surprised that it's me and not Dean up here to give a speech, because I always have much more to say than he does. Okay. Well, Samara and Ruth, after months of planning, fun, tears, anticipation, frustrations, spreadsheets, emails, phone calls and meetings, we're finally here. The roller coaster ride has ended and you can now take a deep breath. I'm sure you are thinking, best day ever. But I hope this is one of many best days ever you share. Always remember, a wedding is one day, a marriage is all the days that follow, and often those best days ever are not the ones we plan, but the ones that just happen and take us by surprise. Ruth, you have made us so proud so many times as you have forged your way in life. From the day of your birth onwards, you have brought joy and wonder to our lives. Samara, you will know by now that two of Ruth's strongest traits are loyalty and determination. She will not let you down, even if her way is not what you expected. And be careful with what you casually suggest, as Ruth will take a flippant comment and do her best to make it happen for you. You probably already know this. Michelle and Craig, our families are now linked, and I hope this is the first of many happy family occasions we share with our daughters. Thank you all to the guests who have joined us today, and we appreciate the great distance that some of you have travelled to be here. We hope that your memories of today will be as sweet as the honey from our hive. I would like to ask you all now to charge your glasses and be upstanding and we'll have a toast to our brides, Ruth and Samara. No, you two stay sitting. Wedrin? So, Ruth and Samara.
Well, I'd just like to echo Morag's statements. It was a wonderful speech. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm reliably informed that I am the father of Samara. And I'm here to do the talking like normal. Firstly, the thank yous. I'd like to say, bridesmaids, superb, beautiful. Thank you very much for making the day more special. A big thank you to Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men, otherwise known as Ross and James. That was very nice. I'd also thought that Anna, our celebrant, was superb. She really made that service go down a treat. And now, of course, every year on this day, Sam and Ruth will have an anniversary. Thank you. Now, I'd also like another special thank you to all the guests. Now, we have people here from all over Australia, the US, Qatar, the UK, New Zealand, Hong Kong, and of course half of India is with us today. And if there's anybody else that I've omitted, I do apologise, I just don't know where you've come from. I'd like to share a few thoughts about my daughter. Now, I've known her since she took her first breath. It was in Hong Kong, and Samara was delivered by a Ventro's delivery, and she came out as a cone head. It was a bit scary from the business end, but within a day, her head was back to normal, just a little bit big. Samara's a great person. She's very confident. She wasn't much trouble growing up. I know about the bunking school, Samara, and going to the movies, but why you had to take your 6-year younger brother with you, I don't know. She's stopped breaking my cars and she's stopped damaging them. That's really good. So really, no great problems. Now, being my first child and me being ex-military, I wasn't into dolls, and I really brought her up liking guns, sticks, balls, etc. And I think that may have affected how she went on to meet her first and enduring love, sport. Samara's first team sport was ice hockey. It's a gentle game. At school, she excelled in track and field, winning virtually everything she entered. Hockey was her first team sport at high school, and it wasn't long before she was playing for Hong Kong national age group teams alongside Christiana and other of our guests. She scored international goals, she has a fearsomely powerful hit, and she was in the Kowloon Cricket Club's Women's A team in the last 4 years of her time in Hong Kong. Sam was also a cricket star, having trained exclusively at her grandparents' driveway in Mumbai. Trained by her cousins and uncles. She played in one of the only inter-school cricket games in Hong Kong at the time, and in her first game she scored a quick 50, took 5 wickets while bowling, breaking one poor girl's finger in the process. Now, it was an easy win, and I'd like to say there's no truth to the rumour that they were playing the Kowloon School for the visually impaired. Now, when Samara moved to Samara to do her degree in exercise physiology, she played A-grade hockey again and decided to use 50% of her Kiwi gene pool and take up rugby. Now, Sam has size and presence, but some of the Islander girls she came up against were bigger and just as fast. There was usually a weekly show of bruises. The rugby ones were more widespread and the hockey ones were concentrated in nice little round balls. I just shook my head. Undeterred, she explored even more sports and now plays baseball, another hard stick and ball game, but at least she has a glove to defend herself. So, Ruth, Samara's a tough cookie. I must warn you that you should never upset her while she has a soft air gun in her hand. She was mucking about in the lounge room of her grandparents' house in India once. She fired a pellet out the veranda doors towards the street, just in time to hit an auto rickshaw driver in the head. He stopped, he came into the house and received a profuse apology. But ever the military man, I was quite impressed with her ability to hit a moving target at 40 feet. Yeah. Now, I'd like to leave you both with some heartfelt words. Ruth, welcome to our side of the family. It's loud, it's bedlam, but it's a place where you'll always find love. And you are now in our club. We are very proud of you both. We are pleased and relieved that you have found a life partner in each other. Michelle and I, along with Morag Dean, and I'm sure everyone here, hope you have a great marriage. But remember this, a great marriage is not when the perfect couple comes together. It's when an imperfect couple learns to enjoy their differences, move forward within the bond that love provides. I would like to propose a toast. Please be upstanding and charge your glasses. Samara and Ruth, May your love be modern enough to survive the times and be old-fashioned enough to last forever. Samara and Ruth.
For those of you who don't know me, I am Shay, and I'm one of the best ladies on Ruth's side. What an absolutely fabulous wedding, and I have been so amazingly honoured to even be a part of your day. Thank you to Ruth and Samara's families for putting on such an amazing event. It's been fabulous. All right, so I've been writing this speech for about 3 months in my head, but it's probably about 24 years in the making, because that's how long Ruth and I have known each other. We met at 11 years old at the lead up to a Girl Guide camp that was going to be held in the January of 2000, which, just to point out for some dramatic effect, was 2 years after Google was invented. The Nokia 3310 had just been created. VCRs were the popular viewing choice. And petrol was 75 to 78 cents per litre. And Google also tells me that you could do a 2-week shop for under $100 back then as well. So we've come a long way. Anyways, so during those 10 days of camp and numerous renditions of the Banana Boat song, I knew that I had found my best friend. There is a fabulous quote that goes, "The most beautiful discovery that true friends can make is that they can grow separately without growing apart." And I think that describes me and Ruth perfectly. We have chosen some fairly dramatically different paths to get to where we are, with my path possibly being the most questionable at times. But I know that there are times that I haven't impressed you with some of my life choices that I've made and the occasional relationship choice that I have had. But no matter what, you have never left my side, and you are always in my corner, even if you 100% don't agree with what I'm doing. You're actually my hero, and I don't think you know how much I look up to you and how much I admire you. You have overcome so much, and nerves and a whole bunch of early 20s unsureness, and you travelled the world. And I so looked forward to your check-ins, and you tell me about all your adventures and all the confidence that you radiated when you finally came home shone more brightly than you will ever know. I know you might not have felt it all the time, but the rest of us could see it. I've watched you go from Girl Guides to swimming training to finishing high school to travelling the world to conquering the education world and to finding the absolute love of your life. It's something that many out there spend a lifetime searching for, and it has made me so happy to see you happy, content, valued, accepted, and most of all loved for the absolute fabulousness that is you. And Samara, I'm sure you'll agree with me that it's not just a successful speech without a Dumbledore quote. So, there is a room in the Department of Mysteries that is locked at all times. It contains a force that is at once more wonderful and more terrible than death, than human intelligence, than the forces of nature. It is also perhaps the most mysterious of the many subjects for the studies that reside there. For those of you that are not avid Harry Potter fans, it is from the end of the book, The Order of the Phoenix, and Dumbledore is explaining to Harry why he can't open a particular door at the Department of Mysteries. It's a reminder that love is so powerful and mysterious that even the wizards have not been able to work it out yet. Love defies human intelligence, and it is more powerful than nature and death, and helps give meaning to our lives. So I just wish you all the happiness and success in everything in the world, and yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone, for those I don't know, I'm Becky. Ruth and I met when we were 15 years old. I moved to Australia and joined their high school for grade 11, and we're old now, so that is more than half our lifetimes ago. In that time, we have done fun runs in Santa suits and built Roman Colosseums out of chocolate Tim Tam biscuits because we're adults, and that's what you do. We've travelled in Thailand and in Vietnam. where we had some fun adventures, including the Great Passport Hunt of 2007. We'd taken a train 3 hours away from Bangkok. We got to our hotel. Oh, yeah. Ruth is unpacking their bag and looks up and goes, I don't think I've got my passport. And I laugh, because obviously they're kidding. Sadly not. After an evening trying to find the tourist police unsuccessfully, we got the train 3 hours back to Bangkok the next day and did successfully locate the passport, and they did then let Ruth out of the country, which was very comforting. But we were then in Bangkok for 3 days longer than planned, and we were a little bit over it by that point. We were hot and we were tired and we were a bit stressed by the whole passport thing. So we went to a giant supermarket mall and we had ice cream sundaes and went 10-pin bowling, which is a classic Thai experience, obviously, the full cultural gamut. What I admire most about Ruth is it's not that they're not scared to do hard things, but they get up and do them anyway. Whether it's teaching around the world, hosting radio shows, learning Muay Thai, they throw themselves into everything wholeheartedly. And Ruth loves others wholeheartedly as well. There is little they wouldn't do to make their loved ones happy. That's a wonderful gift and one that they get to share with Samara every day for the rest of their lives. I wish you both all the happiness in the world, and thank you for letting me celebrate this day with you.
Well, more words to express today. Just to say again that I think it's so awesome that all of us have come together here to celebrate Ruth and Samara. It's such a special day, and I've seen a fair share of weddings in my life, but I don't think any weddings were quite as lovely and as personal to who Ruth and Samara are than today was. It floored me. I'm James. I met Ruth 18 years ago, half my life ago, when we were both studying journalism at the University of Queensland. It's not an exaggeration when I say that Ruth was one of my first closest friends, if not my first closest friend in the world. When I was first finding my feet at university, and really first finding my feet as an adult, there's nothing that would have stopped me from coming to your wedding to celebrate this moment. It was go without saying that I would do it. To witness you tie the knot of Sam and start your life together. Ruth's awesome for two reasons, which Becky touched on, pretty much everyone has touched on. They're incredibly understanding and accepting of everyone around them. And as cheesy as they sound, they bring out the best in people. And sort of not only done just amazing stuff themselves, but have motivated other people to do some awesome stuff. Ruth asked me to think of one moment that sort of encapsulated our friendship and what we came from. And there's one moment that I remember when I realized that Ruth was a mate that I was going to have for life, because they got me completely. We were studying together at UQ, as I said, at a tutorial on digital communications or social media, that stuff that's completely died out and no one pays attention to anymore. And I was going into absolute panic mode over a bit of software that wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, and I was having a full-on meltdown in the middle of this tutorial. The tutor saw that I was collapsing and asked me why I was getting so uptight over a computer. And Ruth knew that Ruth was sitting right next to me, and they knew that I wasn't able to respond because I was in meltdown. So they turned to the tutor and told him, "It's okay, this is just the way James is." Until then, my problems with expressing myself was a bit of a barrier to connecting with anyone, but Ruth understood me inherently and knew exactly what I was doing, and you advocated for me. You stood up for me and said, "This is," which was just incredible. And I knew that I had to to hang on to you, and I have for 18 years, and on the other side of the planet, you are still the most important person, the longest friend I have, and I will always cherish that friendship. And the crazy thing is that, and you see the best in others, and you stand up for people in need. Arguably, it was Ruth that helped me on the road to where I am. They encouraged me to take responsibility for my learning and for trying out new things. You gave me a gentle nudge towards joining Triple Z as a step on the road to my career, and we did that awesome show together, Beyond Brisbane Line, which is so much fun. And you encouraged me to find my first tribe at Triple Z and in our awesome friendship group, many of whom are here still from our uni days. And it's, it's clear that, these traits in Sam as well, you're just going to end up together because, peas in a pod. It was just going to be the case. I listed you as a sister on my Facebook profile because you are family to me, and really the Chalkers are family to me as well, because I've told many people that another Australian family adopted me when I went to university. Your house and Hungry Jack's and Queen Street Mall were the two centres for my Brisbane life. Your home was my home, and you and Morag and Dean and Ross all accepted me as part of your family, which was just an amazing gift and great support to a frightened teenager who just went from the US to the furthest possible place without coming back. So it was just incredible. So to wrap all that up, I just want to say it's been an honour to witness Ruth and Sam begin a lifelong journey, a happy lifelong journey together. And I would like to say, let's just please once more, let's raise our glasses to Ruth and Sam on this beautiful day. Sam, you're not just merging the love of not just marrying the love of your life, but you're joining someone who makes the world a brighter place for everyone. Here's to a lifetime filled with love and inspiration, and may your journey together be as extraordinary as the love you share. May your marriage be as beautiful as your souls. Everyone, to Ruth and Sam.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, let me start by saying how truly honoured I am to stand here as your maid of honour tonight. We've shared countless memories, from late-night uncontrollable laughter and ridiculous jokes only we would laugh about. We've had our share of heart-to-heart talks and the struggle that is dating in this millennium, boy, girl, whoever. To be by your side on the most significant day of your life means more than words can express. Seeing her today, radiant and beaming, it's clear that she's found her perfect counterpart in Ruth. Their love is genuine, steadfast, and the kind of love that reminds us all that love actually is all around. Ruth, thank you for making Samara so incredibly happy. It's clear to all of us that you cherish her, and I'm excited to see the journey that the two of you will embark on together. Let's raise our glasses again to a lifetime of love, laughter, and happily ever after. Cheers.
Hello. I met Samara when I first moved up to Queensland. I'm from New South Wales. And to begin with, we were enemies. Striker versus goalkeeper. And we never saw eye to eye. My first year up here, I went away for the university hockey team, and we went away for uni games. It was over beer pong that we solidified a friendship after going out drunk and getting a tattoo. You've been one of the closest and best friends that I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm so thankful for that. To see you find your person was amazing. You asked me this morning, who knew? I did. I didn't know when it would be or who it would be with, but I knew that you would find someone. Ruth, to you, is your peace and steady waters. Me and your other friends are the chaos in your life. Ruth, I'm so glad that you can bring calmness and a focused head to the partnership to keep her in line. Because without that, who knows what she would be doing. But I love you both, and I can't wait to see what you guys get up to for the rest of your life. So raise your glasses for the two beautiful brides. Here's to Sam and Ruth.